Hello, boy. You look upset. Who do you have to kill today? You look like it's a really bad person.
Fred Alexander said, seeing the face of his serial killer son who had just teleported there. Lakelandite looked murderously livid as he walked up to his father holding a newspaper.
I know you don't stay dead. I'd kill you if you could stay dead.
What have I done now?
Fred asked nervously. Lakelandite pushed the paper into Fred's hands. Fred looked at it and appeared shocked.
Mom is having a panic attack.
Lakelandite shouted. Fred looked even worse. He felt embarrassed and like mud. The paper said, "The Emperor picks a bride, his grandson's." On it was a picture of him looking amorous with Anna, his grandson's pregnant wife. Lakelandite King hit him in the nose, giving Fred a bloody nose.
Ow!
Fred cried, pulling out a handkerchief to absorb the blood, feeling he deserved it for being so careless and hurting his wife.
You know she's my wife?
Fred said, pinching his bleeding nose. Fred was a time traveler born as his grandson.
That's why I'm angry. You should have protected her.
We thought we were alone.
Fred said, remembering when the photo would have been taken by the place in the picture.
You obviously weren't, you blind old grouch.
Obviously.
Fred agreed sadly.
Do you actually think I enjoy having to see you together like that?
It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Ooh, don't make me think.
Lakelandite snapped, trying not to imagine it getting worse, but failing. He looked ill.
Where is Blake?
Fred asked of his younger self, who was also a time traveler posing as his grandson.
He's looking after Mum.
I should go see her.
No, half the press in town are picketing her house.
I could teleport there?
There is no one the press want to see there more than you.
Oh yes, her house is a fishbowl.
I don't think that your seeing her will help.
Fred was at home. He left to go to work, and outside his house he found the other half of the press in town. They saw him as the game to hunt. He felt like a hunted animal. They were asking him questions and acting like he had to answer them.
Are you having an affair with your grandson's wife? Are you the father of her unborn baby? Did you actually think you'd get away with having an affair with your grandson's wife? Did her husband know you were having an affair with his wife?
The press shouted at him.
Please let me through. I have to go to work.
Was all Fred said as he tried to get to his car. The answer to their questions, if he cared to answer them, was yes, but Fred wasn't a fool enough to tell them. He arrived at work at a theatre in the city expecting trouble. He got it. He was a famous stage magician. There were murmurs when he appeared on stage, but he didn't care about it. There was a bigger problem. His partner in his act was not talking to him off stage. It hurt him a lot, but if he spoke to him, he knew it would be too painful for them both. His partner, Val, was Fred's son and Blake's father. Val, who had been a good son, now treated Fred with disgust and annoyance that he'd betray his own son, Fred's grandson. Fred felt this as a knife to the heart and was so distressed he spoke to him.
Val, we need to talk.
There's nothing to talk about, Father. You've already said enough with your actions.
Fred winced at the coldness in Val's voice, knowing he deserved every bit of it.
Val, we have to talk. I can't hold back the truth from you any longer.
I'm very angry with you. He loves his wife, and you stole her and made him think your baby is his. How could you do this to my son, your own grandson?
It is not what you think. It's...
Tell me your excuses. I won't believe them.
Lakelandite wanted to kill me, but he knows my secret, so he didn't try to kill me. You're not the only one angry with me.
Secret?
I've wanted to tell you 1,000 times since I found out myself, but I couldn't tell you.
What is it, Dad?
Anna is my wife.
No, she is Blake's wife.
I found out who I was before I was Fred.
That's good for you to find out where you came from. What? You never knew who you were, you just appeared with amnesia.
Dad?
Fred hugged his father.
Blake, you are my dad, and I've seen you and him in the same place many times. No, there is no way in hell that you are my son.
It hurt Fred greatly leaving his father's arms.
I have no other option.
Dad, put down that knife.
Val tried to wrestle a knife from his suicidal father.
You won't live if you kill yourself.
Val was knocked aside as he saw his father stabbing himself in his heart and falling to the floor dead.
You fool, you mad, deluded fool.
Val cried over his dead father. There was a knock on the door of the dressing room.
Come in, I need help.
The door opened and Val heard a swish of a skirt, but he didn't look at the visitor.
He lost his mind and picked up a knife. I tried to disarm him, but he knocked me away and stabbed himself, miss.
The visitor bent into Val's sight.
Miss?
Hissed the visitor. Val fell over backwards in shock.
Hello, oh my god.
Said a man Val knew and never expected to see.
Need a hand?
It's impossible.
The new stage manager walked into the room.
Mortimer, why are you here?
Want me to take him?
Dante, the stage manager and assistant to Mortimer, the king of the Grim Reapers, asked.
No, he's mine.
Mortimer pulled the knife out of Fred. Mortimer touched Fred and disappeared into Fred, who healed and woke up.
Do you believe me now?
Since when have you been Fred?
From the beginning. I didn't know that for a while, though.
I wondered how Fred appeared in the afterlife alive that time you were looking for Lakelandite. He's your son, and wait, so is he? How are you your grandfather?
I don't know.
Dad, you're Blake. Thanks for telling me, but could you have skipped the Harikari?
I had to die to show you who I was.
That's why Lakelandite couldn't kill you.
Val remembered what happened in the room. It was hard to believe, even with him coming back to life like Blake.
You saw the paper too, I take it.
Yes, I don't commit harikari for nothing.
Did you see anyone in the room who could have taken your photo?
We didn't see the photographer. We were alone in a closed room.
How come you didn't see the photographer?
I don't know.
I think your photographer was a magician like us.
Why would a magician want to hurt you?
Not many people knew about us.
A frown grew on Fred's face as a thought came to his mind.
What is it, Blake?
I smell a prankster.
Oh, him? Prankster?
A dimension away, a man looked nervously into a glowing pond, watching them in its waters.
Tempest!
Said Fred in the waters? Tempest! The man gulped nervously.
Tempest, I want to talk to you.
A portal in time opened in the dressing room. Fred walked in it and walked out of a portal where Tempest was.
Hi, boy.
Hello, Dad. Is everything going well?
Stop playing the innocent boy. You know what is going on.
Fred looked at the water and saw Val and Dante talking in the pond.
Got you!
Fix it for her at least. You had your laugh.
Can you undo it now? Your stepmom's having a panic attack.
That you did indeed, boy.
Okay, I'll send a note to the press saying it was an AI made a prank picture.
Thanks.
Seriously, I will go back in time and tell myself the prank won't work, and I won't do the photo prank. I regret it now. Mum's really upset.
And he did, and time reverted as it was. No one knew what happened before when Fred returned to where he left. Only Fred and Tempest knew what happened. Fred visited Anna and Blake, and their house had no reporters there. Anna was well and was happy to see her husband.